Hey guys, it's me Margot. I am here with part 2 of my Windenburg remodel. This is the empty lot on the little island called Mid-Nowhere. And it's a pretty cool little lot. It's very kind of surrounded by trees, like there's neighbors, but it's not like next to each other like in town would be. So, if you watched part 1, I alluded that this lot would be inspired by one of my favorite simmers. And he is mostly like a build simmer. He doesn't really do let's plays or anything. And his name is Devin Bumpkin. I don't know if you've ever watched his videos, but they're pretty amazing. His builds are pretty amazing. So I love his videos, and this was one of my favorite lots that he ever did. His lot is called Off Grid, and I will link it down below if you're interested in downloading his, and of course mine will be down below as well. And it's a very similar idea. So this is kind of like supposed to be a self-sustaining farm almost. And as I continue through the build, you will see that there is some greenhouses behind the house for plants. And whenever I have a sim that's a gardener by trade, like for a living, I like to put them in greenhouses because they will grow all year. So if you have the seasons pack, you can only grow certain plants at certain times, and it's kind of hard, which it's a good extra challenge if you would like to do that, but it's kind of hard to cycle through your plants to make sure what you have planted is in season. So, and it wastes a lot of extra growing time because you have to I don't know, it's just hard. And if you just want to make the money, then it's just kind of annoying. So for that reason, I like to use greenhouses. There are some plots outside as well, as you'll see later, and that's for trees because you can't grow trees inside. So there's some apple and lemon trees and stuff like that. So if you do download the lot, I've just left some seed packs on the ground that you can just open and place where you would like and kind of get that going how you want. So the inside of the house is very similar to Devin's. It's kind of like a small 2-story with kind of a loft upstairs. I had a really hard time getting the placement. As you can see, the ceiling kept disappearing and I didn't really know what I was doing because I don't do this very often. So I kind of struggled. And then originally where I had the loft, the stairs didn't work for that angle, and I didn't want the stairs to be right in the middle of the downstairs area because it's already a limited space. So what ended up happening was I had to delete the balcony I had on the back of the house, which I'm kind of bummed about. I could have just made the house bigger, but it would have left less room for the plants and stuff. So I kind of wanted the balcony just so you could go out and look at the plants and I don't know, just enjoy the outdoors because both of these sims love the outdoors, but that didn't end up working. So there's a nice big porch downstairs, so it's fine. So yeah, this is the downstairs living area. All the kitchen and living room is going to be in one space, and then there's a small dining room in the corner. I kind of wanted it to look like they had built this themselves, but also, consistent and uniform. So what I loved about Devin's build was that it was all very hodgepodge, just none of the windows really matched and none of the doors matched. Even sections of the railing on the patio were different colors, and that was really cool to me. But my personal style is kind of matchy-matchy, so I tried to do kind of the best of both worlds. All the windows are different, but they're the same color for the most part. I did the railings a blue color just because I thought it was pretty and I wanted to incorporate some blue, but so that just kind of stands out a little bit, but everything else for the most part matches. And that's just kind of how I roll, but I really loved his design as well. So this is the little living room area. They are very live off the land, but they're not anti-technology or anything like that. So they have a TV and a computer. The lady of the house, Star, she likes to write, so she has a little laptop, which you'll see later at the dining room table, right by all the nice big windows. And yeah, so they don't anti-technology or anything like that, but they are self-sustaining is the whole point. So yeah, and if you keep watching, you should comment down below if you can notice anything that I'm missing as we go through the rest of the build. It's pretty funny. So this is the loft area. It's kind of too big because like the railing into the lower area is kind of like right next to the wall, but I don't think it's bad. I just wanted it to be like open, and the lower level has the taller ceilings, so I just thought it would look nice. So they just have their bed and a little reading area, and I love the wall bookshelf from the new freelance career free pack or whatever you want to call it. And so I incorporated that, and I think it ended up looking really nice. I added a lot of plants, as many as I could in the small space. I don't like spaces looking too cluttered, and I kind of pictured them to be like somewhat minimalists, but like a lot of plants because that's what they do for a living. So yeah, and I like having a lot of things on the wall. So I guess they're not really minimalists. I don't know. I would never be a very good minimalist. But yeah. So they're both like creative people. I did gameplay with them for like an hour, and I accidentally recorded the whole thing, but I deleted it. So I added like an easel outside when I was doing gameplay because I forgot to add one. I meant to. And so I just pictured them having a lot of artwork that they created themselves and things like that. So I liked to have a lot of things on the wall. So now I'm going to move the lot, or like the house, a little closer to the street. I originally was going to do the greenhouses out front, but I decided I didn't like that. So we're just going to move the house up front a little bit closer and then put the greenhouses in the back. So these are little greenhouses. They're just little square houses. I liked the idea of the little smaller ones because I've done greenhouses before on my lots, and I usually just do one big building, but I liked Devon Bumpkin's smaller little plot, like smaller little houses, and decided to go with that. So they have the glass roof, and then I love these bay windows, especially just the fact that they're called bay window, and like BAE, like that's so bay. But anyways, I just think they look really cute, and it would be good for like a greenhouse situation. And yeah, so you just need lots of windows, and a glass roof usually helps with the greenhouse. And then I just use the same materials as the inside of the main house for the inside of the greenhouse with the stone floor. And I think that makes it look nice and cohesive. And they're just such cute little thingies back there. I originally was going to have 2 doors on each. I don't really know why. Like, so you can go in and out like one. I don't know. But yeah, so I wanted to have as much stuff outside as I could because they really like to be outside. If you have a sim who has the loves the outdoors trait, they get really tense when they're inside for too long. So I wanted to have plenty of things to do outside, and that's why I gave them a laptop so they could bring it outside and work outside. So I've got 2 trash cans back here. One is for trash, one is for compost, which isn't a real thing in The Sims, but it is in my head. So just some gardening accessories and stuff. They do their laundry outside, and so I have that set up back here. And then over to the side of the house, I am setting up the outdoor plots for the tree plants that you can plant if you choose when you download this lot. When I did gameplay, they had apple, banana, and lemon trees out here. So originally I love this fence, but it does look plastic to me because it's like the kids fence, so I think it might be plastic. So it's kind of bothering me that it looked so plasticky. So I changed it, but I really like that fence a lot. So yeah, definitely needed a lot of plants outside. There wasn't a lot of space though, so because I didn't want it to just be overrun with foliage that wasn't like a monetary investment, if you know what I mean. Ones that they could get money from, I guess is what I meant. So I tried to keep things like close to the house as far as that goes, but yeah, it looks a lot better. The lot looks a lot better once the trees are growing out in those plots, because right now it looks kind of empty, but once the trees are growing, it looks like a nice, like, I don't know, off-grid eco lot. So I actually, today is the day after Earth Day, but when I created this, it was Earth Day. So I was feeling very on point with the holiday. So I hope everybody had a great Earth Day and thanked their Earth for what it does for us. And if you need any tips on sustainability, my biggest thing would be to limit your reusable products as much as you can. So bringing reusable bags with you to the grocery store, not buying paper plates or plastic silverware for your house. And I carry a reusable straw everywhere I go. So if I go to a restaurant and I need a straw, I usually just drink out of the glass. But like if you're getting like a to-go cup or something, At least you can have a reusable straw, things like that. And companies more and more are providing ways to be more sustainable and eco-friendly. Like Starbucks has their reusable coffee cups that you can purchase for, I think, like $3 that they'll use every time you come in and things like that. I have a local smoothie place and I bought a reusable cup for them, and you get like 50 cents back if you use it. So yeah, just look for ways you can reduce your waste anywhere you can, and I think it'll help our world a lot. So anywho, this is when I realized I didn't have a bathroom. So if you guessed bathroom, you were correct. I forgot a bathroom, and I do this a lot. So I've said in a lot of my videos, I'm more of an interior designer than a builder, and I always forget something major. It's usually either the bathroom or the kitchen that I forget. So this time it was the bathroom. So it was pretty easy for me to add in a new one. I just extended the top level out, and so now there's kind of an awning over the eating area, which isn't really a bad thing. So yeah, except the problem is, and I don't know if it's because of the upper level extended out, but when she is out working on her computer on the table outside, she still gets tense as if she's inside. And I don't know if that's because she has like a roof over her or if it's because she's on the porch. I can't quite figure that out. So I don't know if I need to put another table like out in the lawn or something so she's not tense while she's working on the computer, but I'll have to figure that out. If you know, then let me know down below. So I just put some like, what's it called? Terrain tools or terrain painting around. Just kind of wanted some pathways and stuff so that they're not like killing the grass by walking back and forth over the areas to the greenhouses. Plus, I just think it makes it look more like cohesive. So I like this stone. I think it's from the El Salvadorado pack. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's the house. I think it turned out super, super fun. It's really fun to do. I played the lot that Devin Bumpkin originally made for like 3 generations, I think. The off-grid lot. I did remodel his a little bit, but or like redecorated it, I guess. But yeah, it was super fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So now let's create the family that lives here. It's the Timmons. This is Star Timmons. And they are very like earthy, hippie, you know, whatever type of people. Very nice people. But I mentioned in my last video that they have a tiff with the neighbors. What were their names? The Crest family. Sorry. The Crest family who lives in the next door lot. Pier Place that I did in part 1. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's linked down below. But so the Timmons, have no issues with the Crests. They love everybody. Everybody is a part of the world, and nobody's, I don't know. They love everybody. They're just loving people and love the planet, love everybody on it. So no issues there. The Crests, like I said in my last video, are very into appearances and, you know, monetary wealth and everything like that. So they really dislike the Timmons because they have kind of a trashy yard, or just, you know, kind of a not typical type of home that kind of like throws off the feel of the neighborhood on the island, which is supposed to be really exclusive. And then these hippies show up and build all these ugly greenhouses and stuff like that, and have like smelly manure in their plants, and they just really don't get along. So that's kind of the tiff there. And I just thought that was a really interesting kind of development and detail, which you can do if you choose to download my Windenburg as your Windenburg. So I just thought that was fun. I never really kind of talked about the relationship between the occupants here, so I kind of am trying to focus more on that as I go along. And when I was doing gameplay, I had them have like really rude interactions when they came over, like for the meet your neighbors thing that happens when you move into a new place. So that was kind of fun to do. So yeah, they definitely don't get along. So yeah, that's Star. And like I said, they both love being outside. Star is more into like collecting. She's really into like mostly gemstones and like stones, you know, like healing stones and things like that. So this is Jaren, and he's the one that's the gardener. He really likes to grow things, and Star helps with the garden. They both do it together because it's a big garden. I think I added like double the amount of plant pot things out in the greenhouses after I started doing gameplay. So there's a lot of plants. So they do that together, but Star likes to go out and explore and collect things as well. So yeah, they're a fun little family. One of my favorite things to do is garden in The Sims because I can't do it in real life. I can't keep a plant alive for anything. But it's fun. I think it's fun, and you can earn a boatload of money with plants. Like, it's insane. So they have fun with it. That's their job. And Star paints and writes books, but their main source of income is plants. So it's pretty cool. I just think they're so cute. I don't know. I just think it's so funny that their neighbors like hate them because they're like different, you know? It's just funny to me. And it seems like something that would really be a thing. Because I remember, like, I grew up in kind of I wouldn't call it like cookie cutter, but it was definitely like a upper middle class suburban neighborhood. And, you know, people really took pride in their yard and their home, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then I just remember people like complaining about their neighbors, like, oh, they've had their boat in their driveway for 2 months and blah, 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 like just funny things like that. So I just thought this was a little funny thing. Okay, well, that's it. Here's the pictures of the lot. I just think it's so cute. It's so picturesque. I love it. And it looks really cute with all the little trees growing. There's lots to do outside. It's just the perfect little house. I would totally live here. If I could keep plants alive, I would do it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you can download both the Timmons family and the house in the gallery, and you should definitely check out Devin Bumpkin's page, or his YouTube page if you haven't already, and you can find all of his builds and things under the hashtag Devin Bumpkin, but I will link his off-grid lot in the gallery below so you can find him that way too, and find him on YouTube and watch my other videos and all that good stuff. All right, I will see you in my next one. Bye.